Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something that, well, it looks pretty straightforward on the surface, doesn't it?
It does.
But it comes up again and again as a real point of stress for English learners. We're talking about shopping.
That's right. It's the speed, I think. The quick back and forth, handling money, needing the right words and the right level of politeness all at once.
Like a pressure cooker.
Uh-huh. So our mission today is to take that scenario, that moment of hesitation, and really turn it into a chance to feel completely confident.
Okay. And we've gone through the source materials you sent over, really fantastic stuff, very practical. We want to move beyond just, here's a list of words.
Exactly. We're looking at the flow of the conversation. How does it actually work in a real shop?
And crucially, those little markers, the C1 level phrases, that signal to a native speaker that you're really comfortable, really sophisticated in your English.
Yeah, the subtle things. And a big theme that comes through is, well, the power of indirect language. It sounds counterintuitive, maybe. Well, sometimes adding just a couple of extra words like, do you happen to know, instead of, is this, it just smooths everything out.
Makes it less blunt.
Precisely. It elevates a basic question, shows you understand the unwritten rules, pragmatics, basically.
Right, so you sound natural, prepared, whether you're, in a fancy boutique or just picking up milk.
Exactly. So we'll break down the whole thing. From the moment you walk in the door
to digging for your loyalty card at the till.
Right, the whole retail journey.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning. You walk into the shop, and almost immediately, right, someone's there.
Yep, the shop assistant. It's that first conversational test.
And the sources, they really emphasize these standard opening lines. They call them mandatory greetings in a lot of English-speaking places.
They are pretty standard, yeah. But, it's important to remember they're often quite transactional, ritualistic even. Meaning the assistant is doing their job, the customer service bit. They're not necessarily asking for your deepest thoughts on, cashmere sweaters.
Okay, fair enough. So the classic phrase is,
"Hi there, can I help you?" That's probably the most common one you'll hear.
Or maybe if you've been hovering near the jackets for a minute looking a bit lost, they might go with something slightly more targeted, like, are you looking for something special today?
Exactly. And the key thing for the learner here is just recognizing the tone. It's usually quite casual.
Right. It's not this formal invitation to start a long negotiation.
Not at all. It's just standard procedure. They're signaling, I'm here if you need me.
But a lot of learners feel they have to jump right in with a detailed request, don't they?
They do. But often the most polite response, especially at first, is actually much simpler.
Which brings us to that split. Are you just browsing, or do you actually need help right now? The sources give this really crucial polite out phrase if you're just looking. And I think its simplicity is just genius.
It's elegant, isn't it? Pure efficiency. If you're just browsing, the go-to phrase is, I'm just looking. Thank you.
4 words.
4 words. That little word just is important. It clarifies you're not ready for help yet. And the thank you. Absolutely non-negotiable.
Why is that thank you so vital there? Because in some languages, just saying I'm looking, or even a polite no, is fine.
It really taps into that idea of social deference, acknowledging the other person's role or effort.
Right.
The assistant is there to serve, theoretically. By saying thank you, you're validating that role, acknowledging their presence and offer, even though you're declining the help for now.
So without the thank you, I'm just looking, could sound
a bit abrupt.
Yeah.
Maybe even slightly dismissive, like leave me alone.
Right.
The full phrase, I'm just looking, thank you, keeps things smooth. It's like a quick social nod. Everyone's comfortable.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Now, flip side, what if you do need help? You actually walked in knowing you want, say, a new pair of jeans.
Then you bypass the just looking part completely. You respond directly to their opening.
So assistant says, can I help you? And I say,
yes, actually, I'm looking for a pair of jeans. Or, yes, please. I'm hoping you can tell me where the electronics section is.
Still direct, but it fits the conversational pattern because you waited for them to speak first.
Exactly. You're responding, not just blurting out your request the second you walk in.
But okay, let's talk navigation. Big department store, maybe a huge supermarket, it can be overwhelming.
Definitely.
If I just ask, where are the jackets? I might get that super fast answer we talked about. Aisle 3, past the shoes, on your left.
And poof, it's gone. Hard to process that when you're already maybe a bit stressed or disoriented.
Exactly. So the sources offer this fantastic structure, a kind of linguistic template to cut through that confusion. And it sounds more advanced, too.
Yes, this is what we call the action-oriented request structure. It's really useful.
The structure being, could you show me where the jackets are?
That's the one. Could you show me? Let's unpack why that's so good. First, linguistically, using could. It's a modal verb, conditional. It automatically sounds softer, more polite than just, can you?
Right, less demanding.
Yes. But more importantly, pragmatically, the doing part. You're asking them to show you, not just tell you.
So you're asking for physical guidance.
Precisely, which massively reduces the chance of you misunderstanding those rapid-fire directions. They walk you there, or at least point clearly.
So just by swapping, can you tell me could you show me, I've made it politer and more practical? And it sounds more, fluent. C1 level, maybe?
Absolutely. You're using grammar strategically.
Yeah.
You're asking for an action, a guided path, not just a piece of potentially confusing information.
That's a brilliant takeaway.
And it's a template. You just slot in whatever you need. Could you show me where the fitting rooms are? Could you show me where I can find the gluten-free pasta?
Instantly turns confusion into a quick, guided solution.
Exactly. You're managing the interaction to make it easier for you. That's smart communication.
Okay, so we've navigated the entrance. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, especially if we're clothes shopping. This means fitting rooms, sizes, colors, all that stuff.
Yep, the practicalities. First things first, you need to know where to try things on.
The absolute basic. Where are the fitting rooms?
Can't go wrong with that. Clear, direct, essential.
Then you've got the item in your hand. Now it's about availability. Do they have my size?
Right. And again, simple, precise questions work best here. Do you have this in a size 8 or do you have this in a medium?
And it's probably worth remembering, sizing isn't universal, is it?
Oh, definitely not. A US size 8 is different from a UK size 8, which is different again from a European size.
So you might need to clarify.
You might, asking, is that a UK size 8 or a US size? Or even just knowing roughly what your equivalent is beforehand.
And we all know a medium in one shop can be wildly different in another.
Exactly. Which is why a good follow-up phrase is simply, do you have this in a different size? Keeps it open.
Okay. And what about variations? You like the style, but maybe not the color you're holding.
Again, that polite modal verb, could, comes in handy.
Yeah.
Could I try this in a different color?
Nice. Not give me this in blue, but is it possible?
Precisely. It's asking about the possibility, the availability. Much softer.
Now, let's shift to something the source has really highlighted, a cultural point.
Yeah.
This can catch learners out, even if their English is great.
Ah, yes. The level of proactive assistance you might get, particularly around fitting rooms.
This is interesting because I can imagine, especially if you're used to maybe less hands-on service culture, someone constantly checking on you could feel, pushy.
It could feel like high-pressure sales, absolutely. And sometimes, let's be honest, it might lean that way.
Okay.
But often, certainly in slightly more mid-range or high-end stores, it's considered part of good customer service. The staff member sees their job as helping you through the trying-on process.
So they might actually bring you things without you even asking.
Yes. They might notice what you took in and proactively bring alternatives to the fitting room door.
So I'm in the cubicle, trying on a black jacket, and suddenly there's a knock.
And the assistant might say something like, I noticed you liked the black one. We also just got this season's navy blue in. Would you like to see it in your size?
Right. They're anticipating needs.
Exactly. If you like the style but maybe want a different size or color, they're trying to save you the hassle of getting dressed again, going back out, finding it, queuing up again.
Okay, so recognizing that as potentially just standard helpfulness, not necessarily aggressive selling, is key.
It is. It helps you manage that feeling of pressure.
But what if I genuinely just want to be left alone for 5 minutes? Maybe I'm comparing two things, or just need breathing space.
Yeah.
How do I say that without sounding rude, especially if they are trying to be helpful?
Ah, great question. This is where you need a polite but clear boundary-setting phrase. You get ahead of the constant check-ins.
Okay, like what?
Instead of just awkwardly avoiding eye contact, you could say something proactive when they first offer help at the fitting room or after they bring something. Thank you so much. I think I have enough to be getting on with for now, but I'll definitely give you a wave if I need another size or color.
Ooh, I like that. Give you a wave. It's friendly.
It is, and look what it does. It acknowledges their offer of help. Thank you so much. It politely signals you need space. I have enough for now. And crucially, it puts the control back with you. I'll wave if I need you.
That feels really sophisticated.
Yeah.
You're managing the interaction confidently.
You are. And it also tells the staff member clearly what to expect. They know you're not just brushing them off. You're just taking control of the process for a moment. Most professionals appreciate that clarity.
Right, let's talk money. The moment of truth in any shopping trip. Asking the price. It seems basic, but even here, the sources showed us layers of fluency.
Absolutely. The basic phrases are essential, of course. Every learner needs these.
The foundations.
Yep. How much is this? Or, maybe slightly more specific, what's the price of this sweater? Clear, direct, does the job.
And the answer you'll get is usually just as direct, right?
Typically, yes. That's $45, or it's £99.50. A straightforward exchange of information. You ask directly, you get a direct answer.
But then there's that next level, signaling that C1 competence we keep mentioning. It's not just about the sticker price itself, is it?
No, it's about inquiring about the conditions surrounding the price. Is it on sale? Are there discounts? Any promotions running?
Ah, okay. This is where it gets more nuanced.
It is. And this is where we see those conversational softening techniques become really important.
This was one of the tips from the sources that I thought was incredibly powerful. How do we ask about discounts without sounding, I don't know, cheap or demanding?
It's about framing the question in a way that respects the assistant's knowledge and time. Let's take the standard basic question. Is this on sale?
Okay, seems fine.
It is fine. It's perfectly understandable. But it's very direct. It sort of presumes the assistant knows instantly and the information is right there.
Right. So the C1, more nuanced version is,
Do you happen to know if this is on sale?
do you happen to know? Okay, let's break that down. Why is that better?
Okay, the linguistics happen to. It implies by chance or coincidentally.
Right.
So by using that phrase, you're subtly acknowledging that this specific piece of information might not be right at the front of the assistant's mind. They might need to check.
So I'm basically saying, if you already know, great, tell me. But if you don't, I understand it might take a second to find out.
Exactly. You're not putting them on the spot. You're framing it as a gentle probe of their existing knowledge, not a demand for immediate information. It reduces friction.
That's really clever. It's polite on a deeper level.
It is. Another excellent softener uses the conditional. Would you be able to check if there are any current promotions on this item?
Would you be able to check? Similar idea.
Yes. Would is softer than will or can. And be able to check explicitly frames it as requiring an action, an effort on their part. Again, you're acknowledging their workload.
Okay, what about the more direct discount question the sources mentioned? Is there any discount on this item? Is that still okay?
Yes, it's still perfectly fine and quite polished compared to, say, just barking discount.
Good point.
But even that phrase can feel a little smoother if it follows one of the softening openers or if your tone is particularly pleasant. Context matters.
So when talking about money, which can be a sensitive topic, adding these layers of politeness, these softeners, is key to not sounding aggressive or overly demanding.
Exactly. It shows you've mastered more than just the vocabulary. You understand the social rhythm, the pragmatic nuances of English conversation. That's the difference between just being understood and really communicating effectively and politely.
Okay, we've made our choice. Maybe use some sophisticated price inquiries. Now we're at the till, the final hurdle, checkout.
And this part is all about speed. Things happen fast here.
Right. The browsing phase, you control the pace more. At the checkout, it feels like the cashier's driving, and there's probably a queue breathing down your neck.
Exactly. So preparation here really pays off. You need quick comprehension.
First up, inevitably after they scan your item and tell you the total, is the payment question.
Always. The standard, very direct question is, will that be cash or card?
Sometimes even shorter, right? Just cash or card.
Yep.
Quick, efficient.
And our answers need to match that efficiency. No long stories needed.
Absolutely not. Card, please, or cash, thank you. That's it. Short, polite, clear.
Keep it moving.
Precisely. And be ready for potential follow-ups depending on the technology.
Right.
They might ask about contactless payment. Are you using contactless? Or maybe specify card type, debit or credit. If you're using your phone, saying, I'll use Apple Pay or Google Pay, please, is clear and quick.
Having those short, specific answers ready means you're not fumbling for words when the pressure's on.
Exactly. It frees up your brain to listen for the next question, because there usually is one. Ah, yes. The etiquette questions. The ones that often get mumbled or asked so quickly they fly right past you. The sources flag the bag and receipt questions as common culprits.
They really are easy to miss. The bag question first. Do you need a bag? Or sometimes, do you want a bag for that?
And this isn't always a simple yes-no anymore, is it? Because of environmental concerns, charges for bags.
Right. Many places charge now or are trying to reduce plastic use, so your answer needs clarity.
If you need one.
Yes, please. Or, yes, I'll take a bag, please.
But the really smooth, socially aware answer, if you came prepared,
is the excellent phrase, no thank you, I brought my own, or no thanks, I've got one.
That's great. Declines the bag, shows you're prepared, maybe even environmentally conscious, and keeps the politeness with thank you. Concise and fluent.
Spot on. Then comes the receipt question. The sources rightly call this an easy one to miss.
Why is it so easy to miss?
Because the cashier is often asking it while they're still processing your payment, maybe handing you change or waiting for the card machine. Your attention is split.
Right. They might say, okay, payment's gone through. Would you like the receipt in the bag? Or just receipt in the bag. Or maybe, do you want a paper receipt? Or I can email it.
Exactly. It flies by. The key is to just listen for the word. Receipt.
Okay. So if I hear receipt, I need to respond.
Right. If you don't care where it goes, a simple nod or that's fine, thanks, usually works if they suggested putting it in the bag. If you want it separately, maybe for expenses,
Sure.
No, I'll take it now, please. Or if offered email will be great, thanks. Or just the paper copy, please.
It really highlights the need for quick processing, doesn't it? Imagine the cashier saying, like, okay, that's $84.57, cash or card, need a bag. All in about 3 seconds.
That's the challenge. You have to mentally catch those 3 distinct questions. Price confirmation, payment method, bag needed, and fire back a consolidated answer.
So something like, card, please, and no bag, thank you.
Perfect. Efficient covers all bases. This is where that preparation really helps. You're not trying to build the sentences from scratch under pressure.
You've preloaded the responses.
Exactly. You hear the trigger word bag, and the practice phrase, no, I brought my own, thank you, just comes out. That's fluency in action. Prepared retrieval, not stressful invention.
Okay, let's move into what feels like the black belt level of shopping English.
Yeah.
Those moments of, well, awkwardness.
Yeah.
You've talked to the staff, maybe tried things on, taken up their time, but you're not actually ready to buy yet.
Ah, the graceful exit. Yes, this is crucial for advanced learners. You need strategies to manage indecision or just the need to compare without causing offense or feeling cornered.
Because you have used their time and expertise. You want to acknowledge that.
Exactly. But you also have the right to think about it or look elsewhere. So how do you bridge that?
The sources suggested that sometimes simple, honest statements about your process work well.
They often do. If the assistant asks, so what do you think? Or are you ready? Instead of just mumbling, you can state your situation clearly. I'm still comparing prices at the moment, thank you. Or if you're genuinely considering it but need more info, I really like this, but I just need to measure my space at home first. Or maybe I need to check if this matches something I already have.
It's factual, polite, and explains the delay. I also like the one signaling intent. I'm just browsing today, but I'll probably come back later this week.
Yes, that's a good one. It reassures the staff member that their effort wasn't necessarily wasted. You're a serious potential customer, just not right now.
And the classic all-purpose polite stall.
Has to be. I'll think about it, thank you. Simple, universally understood, and it gently closes down the immediate expectation of a sale.
These phrases are all about managing expectations, aren't they? Avoiding that awkward silence where they're waiting by the till and you're trying to evaporate.
Completely. They provide a polite off-ramp for the conversation.
Now, perhaps the most nuanced strategy of all. Talking about price sensitivity. How do you say something is too expensive without sounding rude?
Oh, this is top-tier stuff. Because directly criticizing the price, that's too expensive, can sound accusatory, like you're saying the shop is ripping people off.
Right, or like you don't appreciate the quality, maybe. It's tricky.
It's very tricky. It requires real social awareness. And the source material gave us an absolutely brilliant phrase for this.
Which is?
I was hoping for something a little more affordable.
I was hoping for something more affordable. Okay, let's spend a moment on why that specific phrasing is so effective. What makes it C1 level?
It's all about where the problem lies, linguistically speaking.
Okay.
When you say this is too expensive, the focus is external. The problem is with the item or the store's price. It's a direct criticism.
Right. Confrontational, potentially.
Potentially, yes. But when you say, I was hoping for something more affordable, where's the focus shifted?
To me.
Yeah.
To my hope, my expectation.
Exactly. It becomes internal. You're using the past continuous of hope to express a personal wish or expectation that wasn't met. The problem isn't the price itself. It's the mismatch between the price and your personal budget or expectation.
Ah, so I'm not attacking their price tag. I'm politely stating that for me, personally, it doesn't align with what I was looking to spend.
Precisely. It preserves social harmony beautifully. You're saying, the item might be worth this, but it's not within my parameters right now.
That's incredibly useful. It avoids offense completely.
It does, and it might even open the door for the assistant to suggest something else, maybe a similar item at a lower price point, without them feeling defensive.
Are there other similar phrases that work on the same principle?
Yes, things like, I'm afraid that's slightly out of my price range. Again, afraid softens it, and my price range makes it personal. Or, I need to stick within a certain budget for this purchase. Again, the focus is on your constraint, not their price.
All using self-reference and personal limits rather than external criticism.
That's the key. Highly fluent, highly polite ways to navigate a potentially awkward money conversation.
Right. We've covered a lot of ground. Individual phrases, cultural tips, advanced strategies. But the real test is putting it all together, isn't it? Seeing how it flows in a mini conversation.
Absolutely. We need to link these pieces together to show that natural rhythm we've been talking about. Practice makes perfect, even just hearing it modeled.
Okay, let's run through a couple of quick scenarios, just to synthesize the key points for everyone listening.
Sounds good. Let's demonstrate that confidence and clarity.
Okay, scenario A. Initial help needed. Assistant spots the shopper looking a bit lost near the trainers.
Right. Assistant walks over. Hi there, can I help you find anything?
Okay, learner needs help, so responds directly. Oh, yes, please. I'm looking for running shoes, actually. Could you tell me where the footwear section is?
Good start, direct response. Assistant replies, certainly. They're just upstairs on the second floor. I can show you the way if you like.
Learner thinks, yes, please, avoid the confusing directions. Uses the action-oriented request. Oh, thank you, that would be great. Actually, while we're walking, could you show me where the high-mileage neutral runners are kept specifically?
Brilliant. Look what happened there. The learner accepted help politely. That would be great. Then immediately used the could you show me structure to refine the request even further. That's smooth.
Yeah, they took control of the guidance, didn't just wait to get dumped in the general shoe area. Full conversational command.
Totally. Okay, different scenario. Jump to the end.
Scenario B, speedy checkout. Cashier has scanned the items, queue is forming.
Right. Cashier says, okay, that comes to $123 exactly. Do you need a bag today? And will that be cash or card? Fast. Direct.
Learner needs to process the three parts. Total acknowledged, silently. Bag query, payment query. Delivers the efficient consolidated answer. No DAG, thanks, I brought my own. And card, please.
Perfect. Cashier processes card, machine beeps. Final question. Would you like the receipt printed or shall I email it to you?
Learner replies clearly. Just the printed one now is fine, thank you.
Excellent. What stands out in both those examples?
For me, it's not just that the English was correct. It was the timing, the efficiency at the checkout, the polite proactivity in asking for directions. It felt competent.
Exactly. The phrases felt internalized. The learner wasn't mentally scrambling to build sentences. They were retrieving prepared, fluent responses.
Which is really the core takeaway from all this, isn't it? Reduce the mental effort during the stressful interaction.
Yes. Let your preparation do the heavy lifting. Focus your energy on listening and understanding, because you already know the appropriate, polite, fluent thing to say in most common situations.
You master the key structures so you can focus on nailing the interaction itself.
Precisely. You trade that in-the-moment stress of sentence creation for the confidence of retrieving something you already know works perfectly. #outro.
And that brings us to the end of this deep dive into the world of shopping in English. We've covered the whole journey, really, from that initial, hi there, can I help? Right through to politely saying, maybe not today.
And the real benefit, we hope, for everyone listening is getting these specific phrases, these specific strategies into your active vocabulary. It genuinely makes a difference to confidence.
A tangible difference. You feel more prepared, clearer in what you want to say.
But we focused a lot on what words to use. And the sources did mention practicing out loud, which leads to our final thought, maybe something a bit provocative for you to consider.
Okay.
The absolute secret to sounding truly natural every single time. It's not just about choosing the right words.
No, you can memorize this entire conversation we just had word for word.
And still sound a bit robotic if the delivery isn't right.
Right. It's the music, isn't it? The rhythm and tone.
Exactly. You need to practice the specific cadence, the intonation, the melody of these simple, everyday conversational structures. Think about that slight lift in your voice, that questioning tone when you use a softener like, do you happen to know?
Yeah, that little uptick. Or the slight pause and emphasis in, I was hoping for something more affordable.
Those subtle nuances are what make it sound truly fluent, truly native-like. It's the difference between reciting words and actually communicating naturally.
So the challenge isn't just to memorize, I'm just looking, thank you.
No.
It's to practice saying it out loud. Maybe record yourself. Listen back. Does it sound casual, polite, confident? Does it have the right rhythm?
That simple act, practicing the sound and feel of these high-utility phrases, often does more for your perceived fluency much faster than spending hours trying to master complex grammar rules you might rarely use.
Master the melody first.
That's your challenge. Master the melody of everyday English interaction.
Excellent thought to end on. Until next time, stay curious and keep diving deep.